Hello everybody, welcome to another Windmill Slam draft. It's Oisin here. Unfortunately no Denis at the moment. He's got an exam, as I record this, he's got an exam tomorrow. So is hard at work for that. Now, I'm doing a legendary cube draft, by the way, because I'm sick to death of Oath of the Gatewatch, and I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to Ravnica block. I wasn't drafting at that time. The legendary cube, some of you may remember it. It's the 5-color nonsense, everything's a legend set. So this is just a creature tutor most of the time. We've got this one that puts +1/+1 counters on things. Creatures you control have horsemanship is very, very cool. It means creatures you control basically have unblockable. So that Sidisi, also very powerful card. Time Stop, not a huge fan in limited. Fate of Retribution, bit too expensive as far as I'm concerned. 8.5 tails, very cool, but goes in a very specific deck that I don't really think is supported. I'm gonna 5 mana 4/6 Death Touch is really big. I love Carador. I think Carador is really, really cool. We have a Moss Diamond, we have a Kirkesh, the non-legendary but Leviathan. Oh, cool. Right. So it's a upheaval. No, it's not an upheaval. Never mind. It's in fact sort of like Thing in the Ice kind of thing. Dwynen's pretty good. Mikaeus is just pure value and works quite well with Sidisi. Actually works very well with Sidisi. Sidisi, exploit herself, tutor something, re-enters, exploit something else, which will Undying. I think that's sweet. We're going to try that. What's going on with Magic Online? Go on, pick it. There's Linvala. I'm just going to take all 6 drops. That's the plan. So yeah, there's the Linvala. Again, pretty cool with Mikaeus. Just a very powerful card. I don't think I want to take something that expensive. Whenever a creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, destroy that creature. It's a 4 mana 4/4. Weird. What is Elsewhere Flask? It's a cycler that fixes your mana, I suppose. We could take an Annihilate. I don't hate Annihilate. We could take a Drown Catacombs in case we want to go into blue. We could just take something cheap. We could take like a Marath. Marath is 3 colors we're not in at the moment. Let's try taking an Annihilate. Let's just stick in black for the moment and see what happens. There's a Corpse Churn and Night Howler. An Expedition Map, a Gave. Again, very powerful card, but requires a bit of setup. 5 mana 5/5 though, nothing wrong with that. I could see taking another black card. But Night Howler kind of requires a specific deck. Expedition Map. 3 mana to tutor a land, unless you have a very specific land, isn't exactly what I want to be doing. We've got like a Thieving Magpie. I actually don't know what I'm going to take here. This is a little tricky for me. I'm going to try the Night Howler and just try sticking black for now, because I just haven't got much black fixing. So Warstorm Surge, not exactly what I want to be doing. Just paying 6 mana for something that doesn't do anything the turn it comes down is very scary to me. I like Trauma Credits a lot. Very, very cool card. But I think I might just take Duress. Just for some cheap interaction. Yeah, Duress is where I'm at, I think. If you're having ghoul problems, I feel bad for you, son. 99 problems, but a Lich ain't one. There's also an Augur Bolas, which I don't really want. I don't think I ever really want that in limited. Unless I really want a 2 mana 1/3. Bladewing the Risen. Reanimates dragons and has swampy fire breathing. Armillary Sphere, I like. Cellcraft doesn't seem to do anything in this format. Lich, very cool card. But we're not doing much graveyarding. I think I'm going to take the Armillary Sphere. Maybe move out of mono black. So we have Mikaeus, the other Mikaeus the Lunarch, which is very powerful in a slightly different deck to what we're doing, I think. I like Mental Note. What is this? What does this card do? Interesting. I actually don't hate that, but I feel like it's the wrong kind of removal for the format. This format's all big stuff. Just things that are huge. I'm going to try this Temple of Silence and see if we pick up any cool white cards. Although Cauldron of Souls combo with Mikaeus. Absolute wombo combo with Mikaeus. Take the Temple. Cauldron's just a bit too clunky. And then we've got a Miri, which is actually a very good defensive creature as well. We've got Mira and the Moaning Well. Cool card. It's no Diamond Valley, but it's getting there. Interpret the Signs is cool. I might just take Miri. I like Charmbreaker Devils. I don't like Avacyn that much. I do like Miri though. Very, very efficient card. Now this is the pack we opened. 8.5 Tails is still there. Time we need. Just tutors a creature. A lot of tutor already. What I like about the tutor on Sidisi is it's kind of incidental. Don't know how many humans are running around. I guess this guy's a human. Could just take this temple, keep myself open. Carador came back, and we just picked up these two. What else have we got? We've got Warp, which I'm a fan of. Again, a very expensive card. There's Najani's Chosen. We're not doing anything enchantment-y. I'm going to take the Carador, and I'm going to sideboard it for now. So we're not near 5 color. All Sun's Dawn just seems very clunky. I like Marath, it's very flexible. Now that we have the Carador, I am going to take the Corpse Churn. Just try and do something like that. Maybe. Tranquil Thicket goes okay in that deck. Bladewing doesn't, probably. Narset's sweet though. An Enduring Ideal. No one's doing the Enduring Ideal thing? Okay. That's fair. So this is like kind of the Commander cube. You just do big stupid effects. Now I've gone a little bit conservative probably. My power level's a little low. Night Howler and Carador both want me to do excuse me. Night Howler and Carador both want me doing graveyardy type things. Varol's works similarly in that deck. So there's a few ways we could go here, right? We could take the Phyrexian Arena and just double down on black. What is this? Exile top card of your library. You may put that card into your hand unless it has the same name as another card exiled this way. Repeat this process until you put a card into your hand or you exile 2 cards with the same name. Interesting. Okay. So Varol's. One way I could do this is go Varol's and try and wheel like Reclamation Sage and just sort of do that sort of thing. There's a Temple of the False God, which is very, very good. There's a Wall of Omens, which is fine. There's a Phyrexian Arena, which would just let me kind of double down on black. I'm going to try... Am I going to try Varels or am I going to go for Action Arena? I actually think Varels is low power level enough that even if I were to go black-green, he wouldn't be exactly where I want to be. I'm going to try the Arena. I like Primeval Bounty, but it's another 6-drop. I think Farhaven Elf. Like, I'm looking at the other cards in the pack. We have a Read the Bones, Smother, which isn't going to hit much that's important, and Primeval Bounty are the cards I'm considering. Primeval Bounty is excellent, but my high end isn't actually all that high at the moment, but I am going to take the Farhaven. I'm not 100% on that, because I might still end up in mono black. But if I do end up playing the green for like Carador, then Farhaven Elf is going to be excellent. Wow. I've never seen that card before. But wow. So, things I want here are Woodland Cemetery, Ortsop Basilica, and this Dregs thing that I've never seen before but looks insane. So, okay, what's the baseline? 6 mana, kill a creature, and draw a card. 7 mana, kill 2 creatures, draw 2 cards. I've gone pretty heavy on black. Yeah, I mean, the more I say it, this just seems exceptionally powerful. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. I haven't seen a lot of counterspells in the cube at all. Galatas, I think. Sword of the Animist is fine. Very slow way to fix your mana. We have a Sign in Blood, which is pretty efficient card draw. And we also have this Kalatas, which is just real cool. Very powerful card. Maybe we're just going to be mono black. Maybe we'll just be mono black. Bad card in this format, as far as I can tell. We have Overgrown Tomb and Obnixilis the Fallen. Obnixilis, another just great black mid-range creature. Is that what we're going to be doing? Just black mid-range excellent creatures? I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. We're going to try that. Endrixar, the mythic that everyone opened the most of in Modern Masters, right? Ghastly Demise, what do I think of that? Destroy target non-black creature if its toughness is less than or equal to the number of cards in the graveyard. So it's not a 1-mana kill spell. But later in the game, it's something close to a 1-mana kill spell. Yeah. I don't think I want to just random 5-drop, and I think Endrixar is fairly weak. Death Denied is not what I want to be doing. Karn is probably not what I want to be doing. Not a huge amount of this is what I want to be doing, in fairness. I'm going to take... Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to take Selesnya Sanctuary, though. If I end up playing the Abzan-ish version of this deck, I'll be very happy that I have that. Phage, eh? Nombo Macias. She is in fact a avatar minion. I don't really want any of this. I think I'll take the Sidisi, but I don't think that's going to end up in the deck. Unless I pick up like loads of mana fixing in the next pack. We are a little short on like actual mono black labels. At the end of pack 2, like at the end of pack 2, I'd be wanting to have more than this. However, if we are mono black, perhaps Cage Sun is where we want to be. I think actually it isn't. The more when I say that out loud, I don't think it is. Tainted Pact, also not a huge fan. If it put into the graveyard, I'm in, straight in. I'm gonna take this Varels. I'm going to take this Read the Bones and be very happy about it. Smother, I don't think is where I want to be. Like, just looking at my deck. Now, looking at the cards in this pack, Smother hits none of them. Like, it's a big expensive creatures format. So Smother seems just not great. Read the Bones helps with things like Ghastly Demise, etc., etc. Also, just something to do early, which we're very low on, which is something I'll be looking out for. Like Corpse Churn is not something you want to do early. You want a creature in the bin before you ever Corpse Churn. Although I guess it's a combo with like Scrylands, of which we have 2. If we are mono black, I will run both of these Scrylands. Simply because of what I was saying earlier, that we just don't have much to be doing. Cezanne. Problem I have with Cezanne, right? Gives your opponents the cards first, and then they remove them, and it doesn't do anything. Druid Satchel is interesting. It is a value card, and it's kind of the only thing I'm realistically likely to play in this deck from that pack. Sweat, Sign, and Blood is perfect. It's exactly what I'm looking for, I think. Is that better than Sword of the Animist? Yeah, we don't have many early creatures. Point is, like, Sword of the Animist helps you ramp if you have something to put it on early. But we don't. So I think in general, Sign and Blood's going to be better for us. I don't want any of these cards, really. But I think Scab Ruinator is fairly annoying. As is Zur, if someone's doing that thing. And then Death Denied. I can't ever see me boarding that in, but stranger things have happened. But it's the Black Sphinx's revelation. It's a lot of setup. And ideally, a lot of our creatures are going to be sticking around. We've only got 6 creatures now, I look at it. So we're going to want to pick up more than that. So Army of the Damned is a creature. It's a huge creature. Merrin, though. Merrin is something I'm looking at, and I'm very interested in it. So Merrin is a 4-mana 3/4. Excellent. Merrin pays me for my creatures dying. Cool. Merrin just generates card advantage on her own. So I think what I am going to do is take the Merrin and try to wheel maybe the Grave Troll. But I'm definitely taking the Merrin. I also wouldn't mind a Mannequin. Coming back. Something to do early. So we have Hyphonia. Reki is interesting. But I think I actually want Burnished Heart more than I want Reki. Yeah, I think I actually want Burnished Heart more. Like, this format's so anemic early game. It's very interesting with Merrin, if you can just keep like reanimating it. Because it's power or converted mana cost? Converted mana cost, okay, so we would need 3 counters on it, but that's doable. I do like Reki though, but I think I'm going to take the Burnished Heart and try and wheel maybe like the Opulent Palace. Hakon, I don't like. What is Reese the Exiled? When he attacks, you gain 1 life for each elf you control, sacrifice an elf to generate him. Okay, we're not doing an elfy thing. Abundant Growth ain't bad. Oh, sorry, that's not the card I'm thinking of. So it's fixing that cycles, which is not bad. It wouldn't be bad. Here's what I'm going to say. It wouldn't be bad, except our primary color is black. Like, if we have green mana, we're okay. Do you know? There's not a huge amount in this pack for us at all. I don't think there's anything really for us. I'm going to take Bitter Revelation. But that one I'm not excited about, just because 4 mana is where our threats start coming down. There is a Reese the Redeemed. Very green intensive for us. There's a Karlov. That would put us into white, which I'm not sure I want to be in. That's interesting. Cool card. 2 mana cycler. Fixes your mana. Not what we want though. What do I want? Might try Karlov. Actually, we don't gain life at all. So Karlov seems just silly. Who knows? Under NC might come in handy. Maybe we play this at easy or something. Night's Whisper, just kind of better than Sign in Blood, although can hit the opponent, etc., etc. Yeah, nah. Cool card. Not interested. Let's go with the Night's Whisper. Let's do that. Ghoul Tree, actually. But no, I think Night's Whisper. That's an interesting card. It's that or Force March, and I'm going to try the Crypt. Jaudun, the One-Eyed. What do you do again? Sacrifice him. Turn target black card from your graveyard to your hand in main phase 1 as the sorcery. Not terribly interesting to me. I like Frontier Siege a little. This does interesting things with like Mikaeus, with Merrin, although I suppose with Merrin it's not that interesting. Picks up removal spells, I suppose. This is not exciting to me. This is going to go on the sideboard. We have Elbrus. Krufix Insight does self-mill. But only hits enchantments, which we're not really doing. We have Springjack Pasture, which is kind of free, but our lands are going to be taxed a little bit, I'm concerned. I don't know what Sewer Nemesis does. Interesting. Actually, you can target yourself with that, can't you? And we have some graveyardy stuff going on. Yeah, that seems interesting. Sewer Nemesis, okay. Army of the Damned versus Daxos. We're not doing the enchantment-y thing. I'll take the Army of the Damned. I don't think I'm going to start it, but it's definitely. Sudden Reclamation. Sure. Again, we can't play the Hakon. But it's so sweet. Take the Kaleidostone. So we've got this very light green theme going on. We may have to run a few forests, but likely not that many, considering we have the Armory Sphere, the Burnished Heart, and the Thicket in the Temple. Take Shroom, the Digimon. Stitcher. And again, we're not doing enchantments. But yeah, this is something. I don't know if it's great. I really don't. Night Howler seems a bit odd as well. It only counts creatures, does it? Creature cards in all graveyards, but still, I think Night Howler's a bit weak. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to throw in some more creatures. We're going to get the... We may get the Druidic Satchel in there. That's definitely one to think about. Very slow, but reasonable effect. We are going to put Corpse Train in, just because we're doing a lot of graveyardy stuff at this point. We didn't wheel the Grave Troll, which is unfortunate. I think we want the Varels, and I hate to say it, but it's almost just because it's a 2/2 for 3. Actually, that's just so bad. Considering we're very light and green, that's so bad. I would like to play the Firehaven Elf, but I don't feel I can get away with it. Let's see, what's our fixing like? So we have the Tranquil Vicar, which isn't really fixing, but is a green source that isn't too bad to run. We've got a Temple of Malady. We've got this Crypt, which isn't fixing, but needs to get in the deck. We've got Armory Sphere and we've got Burnished Heart. So that's how we're going to be fixing our mana. So we've got currently we're running 1, 2, 3, 4 green sources for currently 1 green card. The other thing we could do is put in like the Carador, the Sanctuary, the Temple of Silence, and like some Forests and Plains. That is one way we could go. I don't know if it's great. It seems actually not great. I like Sidisi though. Maybe we'll just play Sidisi. We have the Underground Sea. That's the only reason I mention it. Okay, let's do the Druidic Satchel. Let's get that in there. Just super slow value card. So if it's a creature card, you get a Saproling. If it's a land, you ramp. And if it's neither, you get 2 life. So I think Zhao Dun actually has to go in. It's not ideal, but you can do some interesting stuff with him in this deck. Like he goes well with Merrin, he goes well with Mikaeus. Merrin is unfortunately a human, does not work with Mikaeus. Zhao Dun is also a human, actually, isn't he? Yeah, so he doesn't actually work with Mikaeus, which makes him a lot worse. I think that might make him worse enough to come out. Well, I don't know. This one's very tricky for me. I don't think we got quite enough playables, which is an issue I've been having with this format since the first time it was around. Sudden Reclamation seems okay. And 18 lands maybe? So the options are, we run this with 18 lands, we add like Army of the Damned or something else kind of mediocre. Or we add Carador and some white sources. Or also Sidisi and some blue sources. Both of those are reasonable. I think the best of those is like Sidisi and some blue sources. But at that point we're getting a little weird. Alright, so how many green cards are we actually running? Well, at that point we'll be running 3 green cards. Okay, let's try this. Let's go Sidisi and put the Underground Sea in there and see what basics it's telling me to run. Alright, so if in that case I go down to 10 swamps, 1 island. So that leaves me with, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green sources and 4 blue sources. I think the Sidisi might just be too bad. Maybe the Sidisi is just too bad. Maybe we like put in a Bitter Revelation or that Army of the Damned. Bitter Revelation actually seems not too bad. It does put cards into the graveyard, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. Let's try this. Cut the Underground Sea. Put in a couple more forests. We're actually going to go down to 10 swamps. No, we'll go to 11. Put in 3 forests. How does that sound? It's not ideal. Okay, so this is possibly going to outvalue people, possibly going to get run over, possibly just not going to outvalue people because the mana won't come together, or we won't. Other people would be doing slightly more powerful things. It's definitely worth trying. I think it's definitely very interesting. I've never really gone this close to monocolor in this particular cube before. We're going to give it a try and see how it goes.